Good morning. Myself, Dr. Rakesh Kumar Yadav, working as associate professor in Computer Science and Engineering Department, Ajay Kumar Garg, Engineering College. Today, I am going to give the demo presentation. The topic is Introduction of a Python. Today's I am including these are the points. This is my contents. There is a three main concept in a contents, and inside the contents there is a lot of sub points included. First content, that is a programming languages, need for a programming languages, types of a programming languages, interpreted programming language, compiled programming language, introduction to Python. It contains the subtopic how Python runs, element of a Python's, type conversion. Again, that is a last important topic, that is a basic of a Python, who is a contains the 4-5 points subtopics inside the basic of a Python. This is the expression, assignment statement, arithmetic operators, operator precedence, Boolean expression. These are the contents. Today I am going to one by one just give the presentation. First topic as per the contents, this is known as programming languages. Before defining giving the concept about the programming language, I want to just say or describe about the what is programming. First we need to describe what is the programming. After that I will conclude both terminology, programming and languages. So what is programming languages? After discussion about the programming concept, then I will go further this concept. Programming consists in writing a set of instructions to implement algorithm or procedure to be executed by a computer. So this is the core concept about the programming. And again, this programming language who has a combined both the words, separate word, that is a programming and languages. After that I will discuss about that the language we will communicate with the computer is the programming language. This is the core concept about the programming languages. Then again there is a second topic that it comes, need for a programming languages. What is the need about the programming languages? The programming languages, who has the need? Basically, programming languages are used to organize a computation. Second points, that is a use for the programming languages, that is using programming languages we can solve different problems. And third point, that is a very important, is that to improve the efficiency of the program. These are the content, these are the three main points that is used for the need for the programming languages. After that, in continuation of a previous topic, here I am going to, there is a two category about the languages, how to just execute. So first category that is comes inside the interpreted programming languages, and second is a compiled programming language. One by one I am go through to these points. What is interpreted programming language? Basically, the main concept about the interpreted programming language is an interpreter reads the source code, one instruction or one line at a time, and convert this line into the machine code it executes. Meaning that we see about the execution points. First we go for the source code. After that, interpreter who has a interpret transfer the source code to into the instruction or one line at a time, or converts this line into the machine code and execute it. Then finally we come to the output. So this is the sequence to how to interpret the programming code source code to the final output. Again, this is go for the second programming language, that is based on the compiled programming languages. The meaning about the compiled programming languages is a compiler reads the whole source code and translate it into a complete machine program code to perform the required task, which to output as a new file. So all the sequences who have been involved inside the compiled programming languages, that is known as first we need to a source code. After that, compiler who transfer to the source code into the object code. After that, object code execute to the executor, and then finally we got the output. So this is the process that is based on the source code who has converted to the final output. Once again, there is a two category. First one is the interpreted programming language, second is the compiled programming language. Based on these two techniques, we all are just converted to our source code to the final output. Here the another terminology inside the contents we are mentioning, this is a very important. Here onwards I am going to discuss about the introduction to Python, the core theme about this lecture. The priorly I have discussed about the connection between the what is the programming and how it converts into the programming language, and what category we have just to use the programs to convert of the output. Here introduction to Python, basically we know ki what is a Python. Before going to be start in a detailed way, first we need to just understand about ki what is a Python. So Python is a general interpreted interactive object oriented and high level programming languages, and it was created by Guido van Rossum during 85 to 91, and first version we have just received up to the 1990 era. And basically what is a Python means ki these are the four features. Based on this is a very easy to generalize this program to be just a popular way. First, interactive way, this is the second feature is that is interpreted. Third one is object oriented scripting language and high level programming language. So these are the four concepts inside the Python. Based on the Python, this language is finally very popular. After that, second point comes what is a Python, then we understand about the what is the Python, and before of that what is the programming language. Once again comes through the another topic that is related to the Python source code. Ki file extension in a Python, how we just put up the files, which type of a file extension we are putting. So there is a wide range of the extensions we are using as per the requirement. Here we have shown that ki file extension in a Python, and the 6 category we have mentioned about the contents. First 01 .py, this extension we are using for the normal extension for a Python source file. Second .pyc, second extension we are using for the compiled bytecode. Third .pyd, this extension we are using in a Python source code, a Windows DLL file. Fourth .pyo extensions we are using for a file created with a optimization, and fifth .pyw, a Python script for a Windows, and sixth one that is a .pyz, this extension we are using for a Python script archive. So these are the overall. There is also many category, still we have a file extension in a Python we are using, but here we have just categorized whatever in a important that is regularly we are using. So there is a 6 category we have mentioned once again. After that we have a go for the another topic, that is how Python runs, means ki how to source code run by the Python. So there is a block diagram, we show that this Python is a basically interpreted a concept this follow. So here we show in this block diagram there is a source code, an interpreter who has involved all these things, compiler, bytecode, virtual machine and library module. Inside all the activities in other high level languages separate we just perform, but here interpreter all these activities who has a perform, and then finally running the code, and then we got the output. So this is the sequences to how to Python runs the program or source code. Here this is another basic concept about the Python initially. Elements of a Python, basically elements of the Python, some of the basic element of the Python that a Python program consists are, these are the list where we have just mentioned Python variables, literals, Python keywords, Python identifiers, string, list and tuple. These are the elements of the Python, or based on this we are using the concept about the inside the programming. Again first category we are going to in a very brief we are just discuss here ki Python variable. Basically a variable is a named location used to store data in the memory. This is the first concept ki what is the variable, and second most important task about that ki it is helpful to think of a variables as a container that holds the data which can be changed later throughout the program, meaning ki variable who contains the data to use inside the program in a later. Like example here, number is a variable, we are 10 the value we are assigning to here, and number who has a store that particular value inside the number in a memory. In continuous as we say that ki basic element of the Python, here second item, that is a literal. Basically literal is a raw data given in a variable or constant. In Python there are various types of literals, they are as follows. There is a basically three category about that. First category, you know that the numerical literals. So what do you mean by the numerical literals? As per the name suggests that numerical literals are immutable, means ki never we have a change. Numerically we have a sign, not a change about that. Second concept, numerical literals can belong to three different category like integer, float and complex. Here we have a give the some example. One a is equal to 0 1 0 1 0, this type of example, that is known as a binary literals. Second, b is equal to 100, this is a decimal literal. Third is a float underscore 1 10.5, this type of value is known as a float literal. So this is overview about the first category inside the literal, that is a numerical literals. And second category, that is a string literals. Basically what is the string? This is a group of characters. Here we are using the string inside the programming, that is a first line. A string literal is a sequence of characters surrounded by quotes. We can use both single, double or triple quotes for the string. Here we have for the string we have using the single quotes also, double quotes also and triple quotes also. Then finally, and a character literal is a single character surrounded by a single or double quotes. Example, here we have given the string, that is this is a Python, and this is the example of the string we have just quoted about the double quotes. And then final third category, that is known as Boolean literals. Boolean literals, basically a Boolean literal can have any of the two values, there is a true or false. Based on this we have decided to inside the using the programs inside the Python. Another terminology inside the Python, we are use the basic element about the keywords. Second one, that is keywords. Keywords are the reserved word in the Python, means priorly the Python who have reserved a lot of keywords that is used by the only inside the Python programs, that is not used by the user, otherwise error will comes. So we cannot use a keyword as a name, function name or any other identifier. They are used to define the syntax and structure of the Python languages. Keywords are a case sensitive, that is the most important thing about that. Or here we have given the some keywords inside the using priorly who have defined inside the Python programming, that is a list of example we are given here to the keywords. Next terminology we are going to in continuation of that, identifiers. Identifier is the name given to entities like class, functions, variables in Python, and these are the points inside the identifiers ki how to just create the identifiers. Identifiers can be combination of a letters in a lowercase a to z or uppercase a to z or digit 0 to 9 or an underscore. Why using all these combination we have create to the identifier I use in the program. Like example, counter is equal to 45, print counter a comma b comma c is equal to 2 comma 4 comma, and that is inside the string also, and decimal value, all are a valid example for the identifiers. An identifier cannot start with the digit, and the main constant about the identifier is that we never start the identifiers first terminology is a digit, and keywords cannot be used as a identifier. Again we have a priorly we have a discuss about the keywords. Keywords never use as a identifier. Another point we are just mentioning here, cannot use the special symbol like a, these are the special symbol, never we use as a inside the identifier. Identifier can be of any length, the length is not a limited to the identifier whenever we are going to the create or use the inside the programming. Example, names like a my class, first example where underscore 1, and this is all long variables. We already said that in a first statement about that ki the combination of lower case letters, uppercase letters and digit and underscore. Why using all these concept we are just create to the our identifier. This is a brief about the identifier concept. Another terminology we are going to discuss here, that is a string. Already priorly very small terminology we have used already string. String is a sequence of Unicode characters. We can use quotes or double quotes to represent strings. Multi-line strings can be denoted as a triple quotes, or like here we have given the example about the string. as per the definitions we have already shared कि string how to represent the string, यानी single words, single line, multi line, there is a 3 wide category about that to represent the string. So first s is equal to, this is a string in a single line, and another example multi line string, there is a, we have a triple quotes we are using to represent about the string. Another terminology we are going to discuss about, that is a list. Basically list is a very important point to inside the programming. List is an ordered sequence of items. It is one of the most used data type in a Python and is very flexible. In what terms this is a flexible, we are just going to give the example. Inside the example we are going to be discussed. All the items in a list do not need to be the same type. The basic the main concept about the list, already we have a list created about the example we have mentioned here, and inside the example we seen ki there is a different data types we are placing here. ABC, that is a character, 30 that is a decimal value, then true and false boolean value, then again decimal value, then again a string we have just mentioning inside the example. So list who has a order sequence of items, but it contains the different data types inside the list. Again there is another topic, that is a tuple. Tuple basically similar with the list. A tuple is the same as a list, except that the set of elements is enclosed in a parenthesis. Here we have a square bracket, here we are going to use as a parenthesis instead of the square bracket. And the main concept here difference about the list and tuple, the only difference is that the tuples are immutable, means never we have a change after the declaration. Tuples once created cannot be modified. So this is the differences about the list and tuple. An example, tuple is equal to like a we have a parenthesis, different data types you have just mentioned here, string, float value and decimal value, and again a string. So this is similar with that, but main concept about that ki tuples are created, cannot be modified inside the program. Another important topic we are going to discuss here as per the contents, type conversion. Basically type conversion, the process of converting the value of one data type like integer, string, floats to another data type is called the type conversion. Meaning is that ki one data type to another format of a data type we are going to convert, then this activities is known as the process of a type conversion. And Python has two types of a type conversion here. First methodology we are using to the data conversion, that is the implicit type conversion, and second is the explicit type conversion. According to that category of this, we are going to just discuss about the first category, that is the implicit type conversion. What do you mean by the implicit type conversion? Basically implicit type conversion, Python automatically converts one data type to another data type. The process does not need any user involvement. Meaning is that user never involved about to conversion of the one data type to another data type. This system already inbuilt, means ki one lower to upper automatically it converts. Like example where the Python prompts the conversion of the lower data type like integer to the higher data type like the float to avoid data loss, means ki the loss of the data is not a here in event is a incident occur here. Like example converting integer to float, num underscore int one variable we have just assigned 123, this is the decimal value, and num underscore float 1.23 assigned. Again we have just convert into another variable num underscore new, and there is just sum of the both value, that is automatically convert up to the lower to higher one. So this is the main concept about the implicit type conversion. There is no any involvement about the user. Second category, that is explicit type conversion. Here need to be just we specify the conversion key in which data format we are going to convert. So explicit type conversion, users convert the data type of an object to required data type. Whatever data we have required to, then we just priorly we have just declare, and after that we convert our as per our requirement. The syntax we are going to just use syntax expression, and then typecasting can be done by assigning the required data type function to the expression. This is the concept about. Here we are going to given the example about the explicit type conversion, addition of a string and integer using explicit conversion. Like here, first variable we have just assigned, second variable we have a string type, third variable we are just first before converting of that, we just convert to the as per the syntax num underscore string is equal to integer to num underscore string, means we are just converting to the num string into the integer value. After that we have just num underscore sum, and then automatically string who has converted to the integer value, and then finally got the solution in a integer value. So this is the way to how to just explicit type conversion. We just first declare as per the our norms, and then we convert to the required data. Here onwards, that is a third contents in third topic of the contents, basics of the Python. Inside the basic of the Python, there is a wide concept. In the beginning we have just express. First topic that is inside the basic of the Python, that is expression. Without expression we nothing to be just involved in the programming code. The expression, basically what do you mean by the expression? An expression is a combination of a values, variables and operator. Here three things we have just involved to create the expression: values, variables and operators. A value all by itself is a considered as an expression, meaning is that whatever value already that is an expression, and so is a variable. So the following are all legal expression assuming that the variables x has been assigned a value. Like example 17, as per the statement, a value all itself is considered as an expression, x also expression, and again we are assigning the 17 value is the inside the x as a variable. So this is the example about the expression. Again, as per the expression we have just use values, variables and operators. Via using these three things we have create to the expression. Another terminology here comes to the operators and operands. What do you mean by the operators? Basically operator are a special symbols that represent computation like addition and multiplication, and the values the operator uses are called operands. The differences about that mean both terminology, operators and operands. Operator are a special symbol that represent the computation like addition and multiplication, all these things, any arithmetical operations. And second, what operands we are going to be used, that operands going to be used for the particularly that on the value, that is known as operands. Like a 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. Here 4 and 5 are operands, 4 and 5 are operands, and plus equal to sign are the operators, like a example, and the produce the output is a 9. After summation we have got the value about the 9. So whatever things as per the definition, operators basically the symbols, signs like a plus and equal to, that is operator inside the category, and 4 and 5 that is a operands value. Via using the operators we are going to solve the operations. Another topic in continuous of previous basic concept about the Python, that is operators. Python support the following operator. There is a wide range of the operators inside Python who is going to be just used to inside the program. First category that is arithmetic operators, second category that is relational operators, third category logical operators, and fourth category membership operators, and fifth category that is identity operators. So these are the list of the operators category. We are going to one by one discuss about the concept about the operators. First category we are just we have seen about that arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators, basically arithmetic operators are used to perform mathematical operations like addition, subtraction, multiplication, etc. Here we are given the example about that. These are the list of the operator inside the arithmetic operators, like a float division gives integer value after the division, plus to perform addition, minus to perform the subtraction, star to perform the multiplication, and slash divide to perform the division, modulus to return the remainder after division, and star star perform exponent raised to the power. For power calculation we are using to the perform exponent. Based on these operators we are given to the here example, like we have assigned the value of the a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 5. After that we have just operate the based on the operators. A plus b, the value is a total is equal to 15, that is a correct way. A second example, a minus b, we are putting here the differences about the 5, a star b. Like this, based on the operators we have just arithmetic operations we are performing here. So this is the all about in a basic concept like arithmetic operators. Second category inside the operators, that is a relational operators, Python programming who have used in program development. So relational operator also known as about the comparison operators, meaning about that ki comparison operators are used to compare values. These relational operator basically used to the comparing the values. And second point, that is it either returns the true or false according to the condition. Assume a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 5. These are the category relational operators we have just mentioned here. Less than, the description is this operator name mentioned left side, and description about the operators. Greater than, less than, equal to, greater than, equal to, equal to, and not equal to. About these operators we are going to use inside the program. Based on the right side we are given the example about all these operators. Like first case, we have assigning the value a is equal to 10 and b is equal to 5. If in case of a first like a true, a is greater than b, obviously a assigned the value is a 10 and b assigned the value is a 5. A is greater than equal to 10, like 10 is a greater than 5, this condition is a true. On the basis of that, all these operator we have a mentioning the example about examples. Again, that is next operators inside the basic of the Pythons, that is a logical operators. Logical operators are the AND or NOT operators. Basically AND and OR, that is a core concept about inside the logical operator. And the meaning about that, here we have just in a table we have just mentioned about the operator names and about the description. What do the role about the AND? The role about the AND is logical AND when yani ki we have a both condition are true, output will be true. If both side the condition will be true, then output will be true, otherwise condition is false. Or inside the OR operator we are going to use logical OR. If any one condition is true, output will be true. Inside the OR operators, logical operators, if any one of the conditions is a true, then output is a true, otherwise false. Third category, that is a NOT, logical NOT, complement of the condition, like a reverse, and whatever output is there, that is a reverse of that. So here inside right side we have been mentioning the example about the logical operator example. A is equal to 5 is greater than 4 and 3 is greater than 2. Both conditions are satisfied. So this is based on the print A, the value is a true, in a output is a true. Then finally this is the basic. Once again, this is a membership operator. Membership, this is the final one, like a name convention shows that ki membership is involved inside the list. Evaluate to find the value for the variable is in a specified sequence of a string, list, tuple, dictionary or not. Here we have a give the example x is equal to 5, 3, 6, 4, 1 to check particular item in the list or not, and not operators are used. Like here 5 in x, this is also belongs to the this list, that is a return to the true as per the in and not in two operators we are using inside the membership operator, and 5 not in a x false, that is output is a false. So this is all about the basic concept about the Python. Here I have a just present, and continuation of that next important topic we are going to the further lectures. Thank you so much. Jai Hind. Thank you.